Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Alright, so as you can see, we got the default skin. Obviously, you know, people love the default skin. It's pretty iconic. Do the female default skin. Maybe do another playthrough later on as the female version of Commander Shepard. I am going to do just basically my own customizable one here. So we are going to just go with the custom male here. And I'll just throw my name in here.
Please log in to access your profile.
Accept here.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Alright, so for those of you that haven't played, I'm just going to give you a walkthrough here of the basic history of Commander Shepard. You can choose pre-service history here. So we got Spacer. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlist at the age of 18. That's the Spacer profile. Now we got the colonists. You were born and raised on Mindor, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. You were 16. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol and you enlisted in the military. A few years later, finally you have Earthborn. You were an orphan raised on the streets of a great metropolis covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting in the military when you turned 18. So, traditionally, I normally go with the Spacer. Colonists I've played 1 or 2 times in the past, and the Earthborn one is kind of interesting there too. I think for the history today, I am gonna just go with my go-to here and just go with the very generic Spacer role.
Confirm psychological profile.
Okay, so now we're coming to the psychological profile here. So your options are sole survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. To survive while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. Now we have the war hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeated an enemy despite impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism earned you medals and recognitions from the Alliance fleet. And then you have the ruthless option here. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you, but when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So lots of great options. I'm going to go with the war hero option. Once again,
Confirm military specialization.
okay, so we've got several options for military specialization. These kind of work into the class that you play in the game. So number 1 is the soldier. It's the most basic one. Soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, and start with the ability to wear medium armor and can train in the use of heavy armor. Next we have the engineer. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. So engineers are kind of really good with the decryption, as they've said there. They're kind of a mid-range attack base. You don't want to get into close combat because of that light armor. So that's an option. Then we have the Adept. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor and they specialize in pistols. Okay, so unlike the engineer, the Adept is really good at range, and the biotic powers are kind of more overpowered at times. especially as the series goes on. Unfortunately, the light armor is a drawback, but if you, sorry here guys, I'm playing a little bit tired here, but I'm trying to get this playthrough through here. But if you basically have squad mates that can make up for that, you know, characters I'll introduce you to later in here. This is not a bad class to go. Then there's the Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing and disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focus on decryption, and offensive abilities rather than healing. You can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. Once again, this isn't a bad option. It's the fact they're really heavy on the sniper rifles, and that's kind of not how I enjoy playing the game as far as a ranged attack. That kind of turns me off to this option, but I'm trying to read through all these options so you guys that haven't played this game get a feel through for it the first time. Next, we got the Sentinels. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. When they say combat, they mean like the close range stuff that will happen. Sentinels can only wear light armor and really no specialized weapon training, so basically, unless you're playing a really ranged attack one here and really depending on the skills, you're kind of depending on your squad mates there. And then finally there's the Vanguard. Vanguards are bionic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents, and they are especially deadly at short range, specialized with pistols and shotguns, and wear medium armor. Very much this is where I'm going here. I'm going with the Vanguard. So we also now have an option for selective bonus talent. There's electronics, decryption, first aid, assault rifles, snipers. I'm really gonna go. I think for this one, I'm just gonna go with the decryption. It's in the first game. It's really beneficial with a lot of the other stuff you need to do.
Confirm facial identification.
All right, so now we're gonna customize the character, and because this is my playthrough, I'm gonna try and get the character as similar to my appearance as possible. So just deal with me. There won't be a lot of talking while I'm doing this, but I will try and customize it and show you some of the options as we go along.
Profile reconstruction complete. Confirm facial identification.
Okay, so we got presets, and I'm not really a big fan of the presets, so we're going to start with facial structure. So we got 1, 2. So I'm going to go with this one here. It seems to have, this one here. It seems to have the most similarity to me. I'm a pretty pale guy. I'm not that ghastly pale. I'd probably go about here. And then you got complexion, which is kind of, it's like how it ages you, I find. Okay, so give you a little look here. So I am probably, I'm leaning about here. Okay, so we got that going. Now we got the head. So we got the neck thickness, so you can go. So you see, we got here, that's the thickest, and you're gonna come here to about finish there. I got about a 17.5-inch neck in real life, so I'm gonna go about and there, about here. Okay, so now we got face size. So basically, face size is kind of just how big is your face, right? Comparatively to the neck. So I'm gonna go right about that's about right. And then we got cheek width. So we got, that's pretty wide, but I'm gonna come back in here and go right into right about mid-range cheekbones. So how to got this end here, and then we have this end here. So it's really kind of where, if you look, it's kind of really preeminent where it comes under the eyes here. So I'm gonna go, trying to keep myself not too far off from my own appearance. I'm gonna try and go about there. Cheek beyond, which I believe is the just down about there. And you got air orientation. So in here you have all your options. It's really about how close to your head they are. I'm gonna go about there. Okay, cool. Now we got eyes. So you have several shapes. You got this one, there. Several options, right? I'm gonna keep, once again, this is all about keeping with kind of similarities to myself. So looking about there, and you have eye height. So basically at the low end you have about here, and at the high end you have right under the eyebrow there. IRL, I got kind of slightly, you know, my eyes kind of hang about there, but there's some depth there, so I'm going to go probably about here. And we're going to go now here, so we got width, which at the low end is there. Far end it's kind of massive. And I'm just going to bring it right out here. And then we got eye depth, so very lacking depth. And then at this end you have kind of almost forward. And bring it right about there. And then we have really loving the customizable options here. So we are going to figure this one here for a second. So you got high-res ones, very low form closing ones on the other end of the spectrum, right? And we are just going to go in here and I'm going to go about there. And then you have brow height. So I'm going to bring them right about down there. And the iris color, so as you can see, pretty elaborate shading on the eyes here. There we go. options. So, keeping once again with myself, looking kind of. We're looking about there. The nose height, so it's really how high up is your nose. I kind of personally have a bit of a low-hanging nose. I don't have much real space in between my nose and my lip in real life as far as the height. So we're probably leaning to about there. Then you have nose gap, which is far in this kind of like how much you protrude. You have that like stereotypical kind of, big nose, like almost like Triple H from WWE, whereas this is Gorilla Monsoon, you just call it a prominent proboscis, or you have kind of the smaller kind of, for the heck of a better term, Michael Jackson post-surgery kind of type deal. Not really, none of these are really working here for me, so I'm really just trying to find the best option. Kind of works. So we're gonna go there, and then we got here. So for those that can't, okay, so I'm kind of fading out here, and I'm a bit of a ginger. Obviously, it doesn't make the best option, but you got plenty of them here. So got this one here, this one here. Obviously, Hulk Hogan, Shepherd isn't kind of doing it today. This one here. This one here is probably the closest to my current. You have several facial hair options. You got zero facial hair. You got the mustache. You got the goatee, soul patch, little chin goatee there. You got the, I almost want to call it the Fuma. You got the Fuma. Oh, you got the Lemony from, what's that called? Megadeth, or Motorhead, I meant to say. You got some stubble. You got a little goatee. You got this. Lots of options, right? I think I'm gonna go with the stubble today. Brow, you can change the brow shapes, so you can go to no brow. Go over there. Here it kind of fits off. Lots of customization options, lots of different appearances you can make happen in this game. I'm gonna kind of stick with this one. So several different hair colors. So we got purple, no. Right, like I said, several different options. Giving you a chance to take them all in. Got this almost auburny, bright red. We got this one here, which is almost blondish there. Okay, and this one's probably, yeah, that's about there. You got facial hair options. You got several. Obviously, there isn't the salt and pepper. Well, there is, but there's kind of the multi-patch. That's it. Okay. And then you have options to add scars. So you got massive side scar, side scar, side scar, side scar, lip scar, chin scar, scar that somehow I can't even identify where it went, forehead scar. There. If I was looking for something more accurate to my own situation, I probably would have found. So we got a right eye scar here. In real life, I actually have a left eye one. I'm gonna see if I can find something on the left side that kind of has a similarity to my own scars. So I believe that's there. It's just very vague and not in the right placement. So I'm just gonna kind of leave the scars off for now. And then you have the ability to finalize. We're locking this in, and we're about to hit the gameplay here, people.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Alright, so we about to lock this in. And here we go. You see all the options there.
Identification confirmed.
Alright, so right now I really need to unlock some trophies here. So I am gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna give you the regular account here. So got this. Subtitles are going to be on so you can read them in your own time. Auto saves on. And we're going, and we're about 20 minutes in. I was going to try and do an hour-long stream. So we're going to get through the prologue here in the first mission for you today on the stream, and then we'll save it up.
Well, what about Shepard? He's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of his life.
Military service runs in the family. Both his parents were in the Navy.
He proved himself during the Blitz. Held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
He's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero. And Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander? Alright, let's get ready for the Star Wars video game.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Joker.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Okay, before we can start getting to the choices, just so you guys know, Kaidan is kind of like the wet blanket of the series. He really comes off that way. But you know what? Doesn't get a lot of love. Joker is like, can be obnoxious, but you learn to love him as the series goes on. You're gonna find he's got some great dialogue options. Okay, so basically Joker said, yeah, that's the official story, but only an idiot believes the official story, so you gotta agree. Which is kind of your Paragon option. You got your overreacting, and then you got Cut the Chatter, which is your Renegade one. Renegade's kind of, so it's the morality of Paragon Renegade in this series. Renegade is kind of your stereotypical, more badass, kind of just doesn't play by the rules options. Paragon's kind of your good guy. I don't want to say generic, but he's a good guy. And then you have your overreacting here one, which says your overreacting is kind of your middle ground one, where it's like you're not really getting many bonuses in the game for it, but it's just to keep it going. So I'm just gonna agree with him here.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Oh, that's some great banter back and forth there. Gotta love Caden's dynamic with Joe.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting,
so
Commander.
It's kind of good.
Told you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
Got Normandy, which is like ship.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance Brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Yeah, Spectres are going to become a big thing in the Mass Effect universe, but I'm going to avoid spoilers, so I'm just going to go through the dialogue options there and keep this going. We'll keep this going, and if anyone comes in later on, we'll explain it here.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us. What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
So here's a point that's going to come up really early. There are no human Spectres.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're a war hero, right? Held off an entire enemy fleet during the Blitz single-handed? That's the kind of talent the Spectres are looking for.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Lots of options here. There's some pretty straight, that's obvious what's going on, and I knew it. They all kind of allude to the same thing, except for what's going on. I knew it, and that's obvious kind of which end of the spectrum you want to go with. Obviously, I
figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
So we're gonna talk about the Protheans here.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Interesting. Seeing how he's a Turian, they talked about the inverse relationship there with humans and other intergalactic species. As the series goes on, you'll learn more about why humans, especially at this point in the series, are kind of looked down upon.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
That's kind of progressive for a Turian. So, we could ask Anderson if he supports this. We can ask what the next step is going forward. Or you can opt to say, what if I refuse? Obviously, I'm gonna probably opt into asking Anderson if he's behind supporting me.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
So Nihilus, the Turian Spectre, is going to join us on this mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
So before I follow up on that, the idea is that when humans started traveling intergalactically, first big thing was they got to Mars. That's the next planet, which kind of ties in with where we are now. We're talking about in our own real life is going to Mars. When they got to Mars here in the game world, they discovered this Prothean technology, which allowed a system of what they call FTL drives that allows you to warp from galaxy to galaxy, really expanding technology almost thousands of years. We'll get some journal entries unlocked in here that explain a lot of things. When I'm done the missions, I'll just do a stream where I just read through the journal entries as they come up and just fill you in so you have that background information. Kind of do that at the end of each stream as a sign-off. But right now we're going to keep this going. We're about to hit the first mission after I ask this question.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
So we've gone through all these options. The return. We're gonna head up ready to go.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker. Fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
And the plot thickens.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
Oh my god, because, boy...
Oh god, what happened here?
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
This can't be too safe on this alien world.
Perimeter secured.
Alright. Optimistic to get on this planet and get shot up within all of 2 minutes of mission time.
Rip right through his shields. You had a chance.
Crap, he's already dead. So, he deserves a burial, and I feel pretty bad for him. He was so eager, such a kidder. Can't help him now, so what, we just leave him there, or forget about it, which is pretty much so savage. But I mean, if a guy gets dead, shot up in 2 minutes a game, I feel we could at least give him a burial just off of just pure compassion for someone. He clearly got into a situation where he was completely over his head.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
My blankets love this. Alright, here we go. Keep going through. Keep an eye out. We've got Metagel, they're telling us about it, something that allows us to heal ourselves, you know, and injured squad members. Really, they don't show up in the later games, but they're here and I still. So I'll say this. Originally not the legendary edition. Terrible, and the aiming was
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard.
Legendary edition.
A lot of bodies.
A lot better.
I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Oh, and if you missed that, Nihilus is all like voted into Let's Go. He'll charge the dig site. I probably should have it's over here. Yes, I keep hitting the square button on my PlayStation here, and it's just throwing the ball. It's kind of like a only the normally the other games that is the reload, but I forgot first game doesn't really have a reload function. It's just hold down and this playthrough. But here we are. Oh, we got another cutscene. This chick gets off the floor. Oh no, she knows how to use a gun. She's clearly better than Jenkins. Oh shit, that's not looking too good. Robot's just impaled that dude. This chick is completely overwhelmed and terrified. Very welcoming gang. We're here to bail her out. Let's do this, guys. So as I'm fired with them, we're clearly told they're yeah.
Thanks for your help, Commander.
Oh.
I didn't think I was going to make it.
It's funny, I just met her at Jody, just assumes I'm a commander and she knows
like
this.
smoke and death.
Let's figure out who this Ashley Williams is.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
So I can tell that we're on a mission, but I feel like that's just straightforward. What happened here is good. Are you okay? So do I really want to know what happened, or do I want to be a little compassionate here? I think because this is just someone who clearly looks over, over their head, and they're clearly overwhelmed, I'm just gonna ask them if they're okay.
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns. Nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
So fighting for her life, but she's only gone through, scrapes and burns. Not bruises, burns. She doesn't look too burnt, her suit doesn't look there, that's always one of the oversights ones. So, we could ask her about fighting the robots or what happened to her unit. I'm kind of curious about how her unit got wiped out, more than I am about the fact she's claimed to be fighting for her life, but barely looks scratched.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
So, assumption she's the only one left. Okay, we're gonna figure that out. So, we could ask what killed them, which is very clearly those robots. We could make the assertion that she abandoned them, but we really don't know. We could, as she said, she's been fighting for her life. Could be everyone for herself, or we could tell her not to blame herself. Clearly, she doesn't know how to fight robots. She barely lasted past the drones, and we took out those two soldiers. So I'll just gonna go with don't blame yourself.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
For someone who was pretty much running for their life, quote-unquote, despite bruises and burns, the fact she's talking pretty tough now that she's got backup tells me that I'm either the greatest backup in the world or she's just selling, confident because she's got someone that actually knows how to use a gun. So we could ask about the Geth, the beacon, what life was like before the attack, and Nihilus. So I'm going to start with before the attack.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
So wait, she just assumed everyone was dead, and now she's talking about this 232. She doesn't seem like the most knowledgeable person on this planet. But let's see if she's got some information. Let's go get her opinions on Nihilus, the Turian Spectre.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Well, okay. Thanks for painting her a more elaborate picture, Kaden. Clearly she, only seen some humans. Alright, so the beacon is why everyone showed up here, so let's get some information on the beacon.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
We've already asked about the scientist earlier, so we're going to come back here and just ask her about the Geth, which are these robots that were attacking her, and see what she has to say.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Alright, so we've gone through all these options. Also, I guess there's a pretty clear warning to watch it with the AI.
Move out.
Not our commanding officer, but clearly, okay, so we can access the mission computer here. Alright, we've got talent points now, so let's look at what we got here. Running the squad here. Alright, so we've got options to level up some of the stuff here. Here, and we're gonna go clean this up a little bit. Whoa, we got fire on the right side. Looking for chance here to come here and make my life a little miserable, but so far so good. We are in the clear. It's vivid, it's vapid. Even that sun, the way it reflects here is a gaming texture. I love these features here. The sun, where it reflects, as you can see there. Two places they put up the hill. Take this down here. Yeah. Let's keep going. Wow, we got more that got impaled by the gatherer there. We're talking to people over here. Really not into a game. That's great, but I don't see anyone just yet, so no one's really coming here to start being a little miserable. Really. Alright, let's try some of these abilities I have here. So we're gonna start with sabotage. Oh, that took that one out. That was very sweet. And we're gonna try one. Sabotage, we saw how sabotage introduce us to the vomiting noise there, who has the feedback on their own. Controls come here, circle, melee attack. Got this here, dig site. This was the dig site. Rose man, let's see where we go.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Alright, so we got great deductible reasoning here. Miss Williams here, and Kate is actually kind of the point, not so much the look like here, but definitely asking the better questions. So, before we waste time getting here, let's just go there, which would be get there, but let's explore the options here.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Oh, I'm sure they were, Ashley. I'm sure they were.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Alright, Nihilus, let's get there. Let's have this done. Okay, we got the spikes more. Let's just take a look at the map here, make sure I'm heading the right way. Seems to be the fact. Let's move my marker here back to the so we come from there, we place my marker so I know that we are going for the dig site. Not the dig site, but the camp. Just going, make sure the map's right. Once again, forward directions on this game. You know, it's been a while, but this first one of all the Mass Effect, these are clearly the most jarring. Not a great impression to make on you guys here that I'm disoriented about direction-wise, especially on the first mission. So please deal with me here. We'll get you going here. We'll get this story going, progressing. Clearly we're at the dig site. Alright, so clearly I'm coming up this way right here. And we are up here.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Oh, there's those spikes again. What the heck happened to these dudes?
Oh, God. They're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Clearly they made their lives pretty miserable. Let's take a look. Oh. One for Mr. Husk. As they've been labeled. We're in the village they were damned.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
First off, they're not allowed to say God in this one, and boy, these guys seem terrified by this guy. It seems like Commander Shepard is the only person here who doesn't seem to be just getting absolutely shook can by the gap. So humor for me in that precarious situation. I'm gonna ask some questions here. I'm gonna get some information. See why these guys are so useless, I guess. That's the way to look at that. You know, because no one likes when people are useless, right? Clearly there's a reason why these people can't do anything other than get just shot up. And I'd like to think that is more than a plot device where they're just terrible at protecting themselves. But it seems to be there, and it's always the first level. So let's just let them know. Commander Shepard's here. He actually knows how to fire a gun, kill some Geth, and these guys are going to be safe.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
Wow, this guy needs to just take a chill pill here. Commander Shepard's here to fix the day for him. Let's just start asking first about this spacing out assistant.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Oh, thank God. Wait, that's him on an extra dose? I think he needs to get re-evaluated there. You know, I think if someone's mental health is that decayed, you might want to take him up for another psychological evaluation. So I could shut him up, and that would be pretty mean, pretty savage. You know what? I'm humored. No, I'm not humored enough to even go down that road. I'll play nice here. Let's ask about the attack.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Well, clearly I'm here to save him. Clearly she knows this, but her assistant there and his verbiage clearly makes me think he knows a little bit more. I mean, normally you can say some crazy stuff, but this guy's really propping up these robots here, and they're just space robots. So let's keep investigating here. Let's figure out about the beacon.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please, this isn't the time.
Manuel is really prophesizing here for just a generic dude. Let's see what they know about our boy Nihilus here, the Turian that just took off and is doing his own thing pretty much for his own mission.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Oh, that's good to know.
Smells like smoke.
seems to be beautiful here. You're wasting your time. The age of humanity is over. Our extinction is inevitable.
Manuel, I need to ask you something.
It's probably best if you just leave him alone.
I don't have time for this.
Time? Our time is over.
Clearly he's coming off as a space cadet, but his verbiage leads to imply there's got to be more. So I'm going to go down to the train station where the X is here. Put the mark on it. Make sure I'm going the right way. It looks like this is the right way. Hopefully it is. Oh, into a cutscene. Oh, Nihilus, what's up? I don't know about you, but that looks like the other Turian they were talking about.
Saren.
Nihilus.
Doesn't quite look the same as the other Turian. One of these things.
This isn't your mission,
not like
Saren.
the other.
What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Not sound good. Alright, well, let's see what the Saren fellow did to our buddy Nihilus, who was just kicked off all of a sudden. Clearly, Saren's quite the bad MFer.
What is that? Off in the distance.
Look at the size.
Now, that's quite the ship. Let's check this out here.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Oh, if it's Saren, he's gonna get busted.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Oh, it's Powell, apparently. It's human.
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
You think? Dadoy. Wait, so this guy clearly knows that Saren capped this guy.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
So I could ask about that, but this beacon just brought everyone here, so let's figure out why everyone loves this beacon.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Well, you tell me here. Was it worth it? To hide behind the crates, watch everyone get marked off. Let's figure out some stuff. Well, let's get some background information first.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
You were sleeping? I thought you were working here on the docks.
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Guilt. Alright, let's hear about the attack.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Oh, they're efficient.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
No, it's still your life. You're on the first one. You barely survived.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Okay. Buddy here, who basically lucked out, needs to get away from this because it was so overwhelming. Let's go figure out this cargo train and find this beacon that's got everyone. Friends, the Geth are back. Well, let's sit with the south. That one, that was more effective than last year. Let's get this on the way. Position and just get the south. These Geth will not sabotage this essentially biotic way of taking them out. Back down here. Yeah, they told me to use the power wheel, but as you can see, it's pretty well.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Let Joyce, here it is. Oh, is that the beacon? I think it is, my friends. This is the beacon everyone was getting hard for. It's certainly riveting. Oh, here are the charges. The way they were blowing up a human colony, they may have cleared house, but they're now blowing up and will come back and revitalize it. Robots out of here. Commander Shepard, yeah. That's it. Oh, we got one right off the bat here.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
That's one down. Just right there. for safety. Anyways, hit the med shield up, and I am Commander Shepard, and I approve this message. There's something here. Okay, seems like we are. I've had this glitch come up before with the beacon. So deal with me here, guys. There's not a save feature in this game. So oh, I can't take it because I've forgotten that there's still a bomb here. Good point. Which is where's this last bomb? Apparently, according to my flag, which I only got a minute and 50 seconds to. It should be. That's great. That's great. This is here. Is it down somewhere? That's a great question. Where in my bombs I gotta deactivate go? Where should it be? Right here. Oh, thank the Lord. I hate to think I missed something being dumb. And we are here. And we got the bombs disabled with a minute and 8 seconds left. That's why the fact I looked at it. Clearly a little dumb. Let's take a look at this beacon now. It says I can investigate, which is even better. Let's investigate what's so special about this.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
The most intelligent woman in the galaxy clearly wants to check it out. Yeah, it's baffling, isn't it? No. Yeah, that's working real well for her. So she's almost got shot up by Geth. She had scrapes and burns. And now she's got
Shepard! No, don't touch me!
And for some reason this beacon is now blown up. But quite the vision there. Something about these Protheans, people. Something about these Protheans and their technology. Just, wow. Oh, there's that ship. Oh. What we got here?
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy.
Oh, it's
a
Sarah.
human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Well, she's pretty calm. In fact, Turian just went feral on her.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
Oh, smartest woman in the universe is back, eh? That's what I want to wake up to, the smartest woman. The one that got me the headache, eh?
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? I got rocked by an alien beacon. I could BS him. It's okay. I could say not great because what the heck happened. Or I could ask what happened. And I think this time I'm just going to sit there and I'm just going to be straightforward and ask what happened.
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Oh, it's definitely your fault. And I've been going with all these Paragon options up at the top. I could ask about the beacon, but I've seen what happened, but clearly my character hasn't. But you know what, I'm just gonna let her have it, because she's kind of irritated me right now, and I want her to know that if she's on this ship here, and I'm the boss, she needs to know not to be screwing around. So yeah, she was careless.
I expect better of my people, Williams. You endangered our entire mission.
Don't be so hard on her, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves.
Oh, not the beta
I
waves.
also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
Well, considering it possessed me, lifted me up 3 feet off the ground, blew up, and I had visions that looked like vision of hell on Earth. I was dreaming doesn't really cut it for me. Could say it's a vision, could say it's a nightmare. I'm not really thrilled with the whole experience here between her setting me up to take the fall on this one and enough what I saw, so I'm just gonna straight up go a little renegade on this one.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
Oh, hey, buddy.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear
just
it.
fine. Just blew up a beacon.
Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
I don't really want to deal with repair.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Alright, well, I'm pissed off about the Geth. Not really, because I cut through them like a butter knife. Why is Williams here? Well, that's a great question. Jenkins, our buddy who is so keen to get on the planet, and dropped off. I think before even the first real firefight, I think he was just there. I'm gonna ask about Jenkins, because I feel bad. Why was he even in the military on this planet if he's getting shot up in a cutscene?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Oh, I did. But Jenkins shouldn't be on here. We should have issued a command here. Williams, though, she's kind of already rubbing me the wrong way. And if you know anything about the series, she kind of hangs for a while. So, let's just ask it.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Oh, God. As much as I want to say that's a mistake, good, at least she's not going to get herself killed anywhere else.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Alenko's thinking with something other than his head. I think she's a good soldier at this point in time. Just saying. Reading between the lines, folks.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Alright, well, let's see what Anderson wanted to talk about other than just basic jibber-jabber here about the mission.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
They weren't there, we don't know much about them, but I'm gonna just own it.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Oh great, just another guy that hates humans. Let's expunge on this for a bit.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Clearly a vision.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
Well, I can't say it's a warning there. I can't say death because I didn't really see, so I just saw a bunch of stuff, so I think the easiest one to go with is just... Well, I guess it's a warning.
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology, blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction, whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
Wow, the more you hear about this guy, the more he sounds like a real winner. So you're right. Well, no, I'll just, you know what? I'm gonna stop this guy because already he's agitated me with all of 30 seconds of screen time.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Well, I guess there's a lot of foreshadowing to the structure here, and let's do it.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Alright guys, we're saving content. We're at an hour and a half. I said we'd only try to do hour streams, so now that it's saved. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Leave any comments, any feedback, anything you think I can do to improve upon it. Obviously I have no webcam to have me viewed right now. I'll be working on that in the future. Hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you back tomorrow.